Over the course of YouTube's history, we've seen time and time again that creating a successful YouTube series can cause a channel to explode. Whether that be a smaller channel or an already established channel, if you can crack the market, it can mean millions of views as well as millions of dollars. So in this series, I'm going to look at the facts and figures behind some of the most successful YouTube series of all time and how they cause channels to go viral. In this episode, I'm going to take a look at the king of YouTube hit series, Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson has been on the site since the early days, joining the platform in 2008. In that time, he's tried his hand at all different types of content, from comedy sketches to reaction videos and even food reviews. However, in a move rarely seen on YouTube, Shane decided to completely reinvent his channel and the type of content he posts in 2018. For an established creator to do this and move away from their usual type of content can be a dangerous move. However, the strategy was a masterstroke, and since then, Shane Dawson almost exclusively uploads only long-form documentary-style series, which as a result has led to his channel going through by far its most popular period in 12 years on the site. So let's have a look at how Shane Dawson has completely transformed himself into the king of YouTube hit series. Before the summer of 2018, the signs were there that a change in Shane's content was coming. In November of 2017, he uploaded a 3-part series about his life, confronting people from his past. The series was fairly successful, but was an example of the direction he was taking things in. Following on from that, Shane continued to make longer form pieces that were all part of their own wider series. The start of a new era on Shane Dawson's channel came in June of 2018. He made a 3-part series called The Truth About TANACON. TANACON was an event set up by YouTuber TanaMojo in retaliation to VidCon. Mojo explained she would not be attending VidCon in 2018, citing drama over not being designated a feature creator at the event the year before. In the end, TANACON was so mishandled that people referred to it as YouTube's version of the infamous Fyre Festival. The event was ultimately shut down following safety concerns and riot hazards. Within 6 days of the event being cancelled, Shane Dawson pounced on the drama while it was still fresh in people's minds and uploaded the first episode. Within the series, he conducts an in-depth examination into TANACON and its failings. However, what made it so captivating was that Shane had turned it into a series with a similar investigative style to a true crime documentary that wouldn't feel out of place on Netflix. Mixing epic YouTube drama in the vein of a Making the Murderer style documentary resulted in very watchable content. The series gained 40 million views in its first month, and in that time, Shane gained just over 1 million subscribers. Without a doubt, it had truly gone viral, but there was a lot more to come from Shane over the next year. The definition of going viral is an image, video, or piece of information that's circulated rapidly around the internet. And what Shane Dawson was about to do with his next series would be the exact definition of going viral. The 5-part series called The Secret World of Jeffree Star focuses on Star's life and career and delves into the intimate details that he'd never revealed before. The series was hugely successful, and Shane Dawson had started to front a new genre on YouTube that had never been tested before. Most YouTubers share their lives online, but with each upload there's a complete control over the narrative of what they want us to see. What Shane Dawson had managed to tap into with this series was revealing these intimate details that had never been seen before. With the boom in people loving long-form documentary series on streaming sites, the timing that Shane Dawson released this series was absolute genius, and the first episode would eventually go on to become Dawson's most viewed video to date with 48 million views. Jake Paul had become one of the most hated figures on YouTube. He had regular run-ins with the law and was criticised for his unethical tactics selling merchandise to his young audience. Shane Dawson decided that for his next series he would once again pounce on an ever-present trending topic in Jake Paul and would dig deeper and uncover more information on the controversial YouTuber. In total there were 8 episodes, and the main narrative of Is Jake Paul a Sociopath was met with mixed reviews. Many in the YouTube community criticised Shane Dawson for trying to diagnose Jake Paul with a mental illness and over-dramatising things way too much. He was also criticised for putting profit before mental well-being.
Shane is a sociopath. I'm a sociopath. You're a sociopath. Everyone is a sociopath, because the definition of what a sociopath is was so incredibly vague that it fits anyone.
The Mind of Jake Paul was probably the least well received of his projects to date, but remains Shane's most successful series so far in terms of numbers, with over 172 million views across the 8 episodes. Since 2015, Shane Dawson had regularly uploaded conspiracy theories on his channel, so his next 2-part series came as no surprise to many of his fans. It continued Dawson's incredible record and once again was #1 on trending. The first episode, titled Conspiracy Theories with Shane Dawson, hit 35 million views in 1 month. Once again, Shane Dawson had created another hit series with figures that even the most subscribed creators on the platform could only dream of achieving. When you consider that the video had 8 ad breaks due to its long running time of 1 hour and 44 minutes, while this is just a theory and putting music videos aside, this video could well be one of, if not the most profitable in terms of ad revenue in the history of the site for an independent YouTuber. Of course, it's impossible to verify this, but purely based on the numbers, it's an interesting theory. Following on from the success of the first season, this series continued to follow the growing friendship of Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star, which was now turning into a business venture together. In total, there would be 7 episodes, and they would document Dawson and Star as they plan and design a new makeup and merchandise line called the Conspiracy Collection. The series was a massive success once again in terms of views, but received a mixed reception throughout. Fans had hoped there would be a deeper look into the drama that had unfolded a few months earlier between Jeffree Star, Tati Westbrook and James Charles. However, the reality was that this wasn't so much about the YouTube series, it was actually about the product it was documenting. In what can only be described as the most brilliant advertising campaign in the influencer revolution, the product they were marketing would break sales records. Jeffree Star claimed the launch was the biggest e-commerce launch in the history of the internet. What this showed was that a YouTube creator could impact and influence their whole brand and make millions of dollars based off a successful series on the site. The success across Shane Dawson's YouTube series are relatively unmatched. Since the 28th of June 2018, Shane Dawson has posted 29 videos on his channel. In that time, he's gone from 14 million subscribers to just over 23 million, and across all those videos, he's had a combined total views of 697 million. Shane Dawson has become an unlikely pioneer in a new genre of content on YouTube that will no doubt define his legacy. And while many YouTubers are remembered for having one successful YouTube series, Shane Dawson can pick from several that had success unlike any other series we've seen before. But above all else, it proved that a popular series on YouTube, even for an established creator, can take a channel to new heights. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the first episode. In the next one, I'll be taking a look into the facts and figures behind Markiplier's wildly successful series, Five Nights at Freddy's, so keep an eye out for that one. Thanks again for watching.